Welcome back to the show. Still watching the Rights 360 with me, Ken Onyekwulu, and Sheito Atigar. Now, social media has provided a general platform where opinions are aired and rebellions are equally built. Now, the influencing business has also provided jobs for youth who now use their skills or voices to speak to issues and also get paid in the process. Now, one influencer who has used his platform to speak to various issues and commands a huge following is Martin Vincent Otse, popularly known as Very Dark Man or VDM. Now, he joins us on the show to discuss his journey as an influencer and how social media can be used as a tool to demand change. Hello, VDM.
Hello.
Yeah, good to have you with us today. How's it going?
Good to have you with us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me too.
All right, then. Fantastic. So let's get straight into it, right? My first question to you is, before we even get into the controversies, the court cases, the headlines, I want to start with something much simpler. Who is Martin Otse today? If we took away the followers, which you have quite an avid followership, the influence, and even the name Very Dark Man, what do you think the people that know you the best would say has changed about you over the last 4 years?
Maybe the way I fight and the way I handle things. I mean, before I used to be very, very hyper, but now I take my time to really understand what I want to talk about before I talk about what I want to talk about. So that's just all that I've changed, and I think people believe me more because of what they have seen. So it's just a little changes here and there, nothing really much.
Okay.
All right, so now let's start with your growth and journey to becoming an influencer. Now you started calling out fraudulent activities and various individuals and brands also. Now what pushed you into full-blown activism, that transition to activism? And as an influencer, are you proud of what you stand for today?
Well, I don't like to be put in the same sentence. I don't like my name being put in the same sentence as activism or being an activist. In Nigeria, what they see activism is that every problem we have is politically influenced. It's a government problem, and I don't believe that, right? So I don't like to see myself as an activist. I believe that Nigeria themselves have a problem, and government are the reflection of what the people are. Let's use traffic rules as an example. You see, the red says stop, the green says you go. But in Nigeria, when it says green, when it says red, people are still trying to just go and beat the traffic. And the next thing, everybody is just locked up in a place. You see, these little laws, the government have already made them, but the people themselves have a problem. So that's just an example. I can think about a lot of other examples. That's why I don't like to call myself an activist, because activists in Nigeria believe that every problem we have is a government problem. When you scam somebody pays a vendor money to deliver this, the person does not deliver. That's not the government. Do business, but instead you are defrauding people. So that's not the government, that's the people's problem, So I don't like the whole activism thing. I would say I am an online police. I hold people accountable, I hold the government accountable when I can, because of course I have the platform, and then people do respect my platform, and then when I call them out, so far so good, I've been able to recover quite a lot of money, billions of naira actually. So I'll stick with online police instead of activism.
Okay.
So maybe you can rephrase and throw the question again back to you. Yeah.
Okay, so online police.
Online police.
Online police.
I like that. So let's go to the next question. I like that you said accountability, because you have built your platform around that one word, accountability. So what does accountability mean to you, Very Dark Man? Is it punishment? Is it transparency? Is it an apology after doing something wrong, or is it something else altogether? Talk to me about that.
Accountability is just simple from the word account. You have to give account of what you are responsible for. If they put you in charge of XYZ, when it's time for you to give an account for XYZ, don't give us Z. Where's X and Y? So just give us an account of what you are responsible for. The position you are put in, give us an account. If you are meant to build a school, build the school. If you are meant to build work on our roads, you should work on our road. Just accountability, give an account of what you are responsible for. And I like to hold everybody accountable, because it's our responsibility to be patriotic and to build the nation. So when I see people not being patriotic enough to build the nation, I try to hold you accountable. That's why I put my mouth in everybody's business, because everybody's business is my business.
Oh, just to follow up on that very quickly, because you said everybody's business is your business, and outrage usually has an origin story. You've often said that your anger comes from seeing ordinary Nigerians suffering. So I wonder, was there one moment in your own life where you realized that the system wasn't just broken, but you personally had to do something about it?
A lot of times, police brutality and what we are owed, we are not getting it. What we are owed, because the government owes us a lot. the government owes a lot, like security. Right now, that's the top of the list, security. We don't have security. People can no longer go to their farms. People can no longer do businesses. A lot of people are suffering. A lot of people are starving. We are not even supposed to be using aeroplane again to still go to different locations when we have roads. People cannot afford aeroplanes. Fix our roads. So these are the reasons why people like us have decided that, you know what, we go just they talk, they go.
Okay.
You understand? So this is the reason.
All right, so now let's start with one of your movements. That's the Rattle movement. Like, it has grown massively. That's your baby. That's your brainchild.
Yeah.
Now, beyond using your platform to point out various issues, I have two questions, but this is the first one. Does your method not concern you, like with the eyebrows it has raised, like your method of handling your business? Let's start with that one before I ask the second question. And the growth of Rattle movement.
Well, my method is according to it's not a conventional method, because we've tried to be respectful with our methods over the year to say, oh please. But now again, I mean, if you look at the animal called Rattle, the animal does not beg for anything. It's like an aggressive animal. It does not care how big you are. It does not care if it's a lion, it attacks. It just wants what he wants to happen. And for me to want the kind of change I want, we have to not follow the normal method. We can't use the conventional method. However, we will not be breaking the law while doing what we do. But you know, some people think that when you approach things some other way, it means that you are breaking the law. But they don't know that you are breaking their emotions and not the law. And we don't care about people's emotions, actually. We just want Nigeria to work, and that's what we represent.
All right, so now talking about your methods, and you know, I've heard you talk about how your style is unconventional. Now, in the past, we've seen you, even though I feel like you've calmed down a bit now, Sha, but in the past, we've seen you like have some maybe back and forth.
I have.
You have, I won't lie, you know, have some back and forth with some individuals online. Take, for example, there was a time you had an issue with Mr. Jollof. Now, looking back, is this something, you know, how you handled yourself at the time, is something you're proud of, or is this something that someone who claims to be an agent of change should be doing? You know, the way you had that issue with Mr. Jollof, and it blew out of proportion while you guys were, you know, on the plane.
Well, honestly, the whole incident of me and Mr. Jollof on the plane was very, very responsible from me and from him. Even though, to be very honest, and I swear this on God, I was actually defending myself, right? Because he was the one that threw a punch. He punched me twice before I reacted. And even when I reacted, well, to be very honest, I'm not proud of that moment, and I would not do that. I will never do that again, and I will not encourage anybody to take the laws into their hands like that, especially endangering the other people endangering the other passengers on the plane. So this is an opportunity to apologize to Nigerians and everybody that believe in very dark man. I'm sorry for that moment. It will never happen again.
Okay, apology. I feel like apology accepted on behalf of Nigerians. All right. So before I bring in Shito, do you want to ask?
Yes, please. If I can just come in here. We do know that you've been able to amass such a following online. I mean, you are the online police, of course. And I sometimes wonder whether in your personal time, do you think, I mean, you have become very influential. Is it more than you intended? Because today, when you mention someone's name, millions immediately begin investigating them online. So do you ever worry that your audience sometimes now reaches a verdict before the evidence does? So in a way that you can't control where the online, you know, the online jurisdiction kind of starts and ends. Let's talk about that.
Well, first of all, I didn't think I would grow this big.
Yeah.
I just thought I was doing my thing, because sometimes when I do my things, I am very, very selfish to the way I do my things. I don't want anybody taking fault for me, so I'm selfish to that extent where I just want to do my thing. But I started seeing people that wanted to associate themselves with me, and that they are associating themselves with me. Now, talking about calling out and them reaching a verdict before the whole case is being concluded, to be very honest, I take my whole time to study cases before I put them up online. And that is why for the past how many years now, you cannot see somebody that will come out and say very dark man lied, or this is a lie. Yes, they can come out and be playing with themselves, but they know the fact is facts. Very dark man comes out with evidence and nothing more, you know. So yeah, sometimes they just sometimes they are just there, they will just go and conclude even before I conclude. But then again, we are all humans now. It's the way they are feeling, you know, it's the way they are feeling. But we are all growing. As I'm growing, they are growing, everybody is growing. Sometimes they even grow before me, and they comment in the comment section. I learn one or two things, you know. Some of them come into my DMs. Then of course the older men, the older women will say, my son, this one that you said, yeah, I think you should say it like this. I listen to a lot of people in my DMs, you know. I might not respond, but I listen. I will just take it in, and I'll say, okay, yes, I need to make these changes, you know. So I can't control the way they go about that, but I know we are all growing. I know we are growing.
All right. Okay. Another issue that is currently trending, I'm sure you're aware of it, is Shehu Kuti. He's been calling you out for some days now. Now he has called out he has called out your mode of operation. Now this is me paraphrasing. He said that your activism is monetized. That once you get paid, by whomever you are criticizing, that you change your mouth, like you could change mouth. Now you have also sort of responded indirectly, saying that out of respect for Fela, you will not, respond to him. Now, don't you think you need to clear that up? The fact that he's calling you out that your method is shady, that you are monetized, or, don't you think that you need to clear that up? What do you have to say to that? Or do you think you want to just let it slide?
Well, if my method have been monetized, or if, according to what they claim, that one person has given Very Dark Man money before, I think by now, somebody would have come out. I think by now. Don't you think so? By now. With everybody, because I don't have rules of engagement. I have rules of engagement, but my rules of engagement is not that top of the no rules of engagement. I don't care. I can attack a friend today if I feel like you're wrong, or if you scam somebody. In just rare cases where I call the people underneath. So I know I have a lot of enemies. By now, the enemies would have come out with some sort of receipt. I paid Very Dark Man for this. I'll say this now and I'll say it forever. I've never taken money from anybody before, and I've never taken any money before to shut up. And I don't take money to shut up. So if he has that evidence to that, he should put it out there. And also, talking about Shehu, I know what's going on with Shehu. No, he will be fine. I still respect him as an Ebon, but sometimes he talks too much, and then sometimes he does not even really know what's saying. Now, let me give you an example. Shehu said that he never asked me to join MOP, right? And then I brought out that video. Boom. You asked me to join MOP. You literally begged me to join. But I refused because I don't like their own idea of politics. This is somebody that when you're doing like humanitarian activities, they go, why are you doing that? That's for the government to do. That's for the government to do. We have kept our hands tied for the government to come and do it. The government are not doing it. And we have the opportunity, we have the influence to do something. You don't want us to make change. You say we should wait for one party and whatever. We should be doing the one that we can do now. Building Nigeria is for everybody. So their own ideology and the way they do their things is, for me, is old. I am not rolling in that circle, So I think he found that really, really offensive that he could not control me because it's like my guy. But then again, what happened has happened, So as for Shehu, I beg, anything he's just saying now, he's just saying it out of anger, out of pain, and because of Omoyele Sowore, all those sort of things, That's why. So I will not take Shehu serious, to be honest, even though I still have a lot of respect for him. But I will just leave him to continue talking. I think we all know that VDM does not take money,
Then also, your issue with Shehu Kuti, do you feel you guys will still come back to being like brothers, like you guys were in the past? Like you said, you followed him to his dad's grave, and you guys did some sort of, I don't want to say sacrifice, but some things, out of respect for the dad. Now, for someone that's gone that far with Shehu, don't you think you guys need to actually, should I say, come together and put this thing behind you guys and forge like a more beneficial relationship together?
Well, to be honest, we are men, right? We are men, and then we might just see ourselves in a party and we just shake hands. But we coming together to come and do a thing would be really difficult, especially the kind of things I heard him say about me, I was very, very surprised. He said something like, since you don't, he said, it is because the country don't work. That is why people like you are relevant. That if these judges were doing their jobs, you will not be relevant.
And he called you jobless too. He said that you don't have a job. That's why you are.
I'm not the judge. Yes. If he can call me jobless, I'm a businessman, I'm a businessman. We'll see that very soon. I'm a businessman, but let's leave that by the way. Yeah. But then again, you said the judges are not doing their job. Am I the judge that did not do the job? So I should leave my own ghetto people, and I should leave the people that believe that I can do this thing now that I have strength and I have the wordings. I shall be wine the wine where go bring the justice. I'm not going to do the things. Won't I just do it? So should I fold my arms and be waiting for these judges that you? No, I'm not going to do that. You people fold your arms, and then here we are today. You understand? So the whole thing he was saying, your dad, who we learned from, who is our role model, he was talking about these things before. Why didn't you say you should keep quiet then? Then he said, I dragged Prophet Jeremiah, what changed? He dragged Adeboye and said Adeboye did fake deliverance. Did Adeboye church close? No. These things we just, we say it out so that the people that we can save can be saved. Most times. Sometimes it's just an awareness. Just create the awareness, put it there. It will be on the internet for a long time. It will be there for people to go back to and say, I think these people, if at all, inside 1,000 people, you still get like 3 or 4 that you save. So it's more about creating awareness sometimes, because we cannot really change these things unless the government decides to change them. them. So what do? We enlighten people. We create awareness for people to know that these things are dangerous. So this change, like I said, if you want to build this country and you are leaving it in the hands of the government alone, this country will not build it all. We have to collectively do the parts that we can. That's all I can say for Shehu and his whole blah 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 blah.
We have to collectively do what we can.
And as for business, say calling me. Sorry.
Go on.
Finish up. Yeah.
Go on. No problem.
No, and as for business, we have to. You are here
Let's
to
know
talk.
the business now.
Let's know for the business. Yes.
For the business, briefly.
Yeah, for the business, I have a lot of products coming in from China. The last time I went to China, I had a lot of Chinese people, they watch my videos. And when I went to China this time, I had 1 or 2 deals with them to bring in some products that will help people that have handworks. these are like products that they can use to enhance themselves and to make life easy for them. These are like products that will make life easy for a lot of people,
Okay.
So, but it's coming very, very soon. And guess what? Because of the integrity I have here, I didn't actually invest a lot, but it's a lot of money. You see, that's why integrity gets you.
All right, then I want to ask you this, because there are people who genuinely believe that you are preparing for politics. So should Nigerians expect to see a candidate, very dark man one day? If the president invited you to maybe advise him privately, would you accept? Or does your influence depend on remaining outside the government?
To change this country, at some point, you need to go into politics, right? So politics is a must, but here's the part. I, in particular, I'm not going to go into politics. I'm not going nowhere close to politics, right? But some people will go into politics with time. And these people are part of the Ratel movement. You see, every time people say, when there's a problem, you call out the president, right? When there's a problem, oh, Tinubu. When there's a problem, oh, Tinubu. But you forget that you have a governor. The governor is the president of your state. You can as well call him out because there's a local government chairman. You can as well call them out. And now, this is what we want to do in the nearest future. We are going to go into politics, but we have no business with the House of Rep. We have no business with whatever thing. We just want the local government. If we can get the local government and we can directly change things from the local level, then we don't know what the future might be about governor, House of Rep, and Senate. But yes, we are going into politics. But me, myself, I don't think I'll go into politics because I'm not trading my singlet for no agbada. I will trade their lifestyle for agbada.
So if the government offered you an official anti-corruption...
I'm sorry. You said something.
I also like to add to that.
You said something that...
If the government offered,
if the president calls me...
Yes. To advise him, to give him advice.
Of course, I will go.
Yeah, okay. All right then. Or offered you like an official anti-corruption.
Everything we have been doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything we have been doing is trying to give an advice.
Okay.
Everything we have been doing is trying to give an advice. We're advising you to come and look at the road that is not good. Like if you fix this road, we can easily do business. We can easily transport goods and bring back goods and try to do easy business. This is an advice. All the we're criticizing you is like an advice. So if I have an opportunity to sit down with him and advise him, I'll sit down with him. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, this is it. In short, just make sure the local government is working. If the local government works, the country is good. Yeah. Focus on the local government. That's all. Focus. Make sure they get direct allocation and we are good. Even the security of this country will get better because in the local government, you know everybody in your community. You know literally everybody there. The local government chairman knows the people that comes to vote and XYZ. So if you can get close to your local government, put money in the local government, give them direct allocation, Nigeria will turn around for good. So if I have opportunity to advise him, I'll tell them, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, focus on the local government. Focus there. Put your focus there.
All right, so for someone that claims to uphold the law and respect the rule of law, recently, there's an invitation by the police force, which you have declined to honor. Now, as someone who claims, you respect the law, don't you think this is a blatant disregard of that law that you claim to respect and uphold?
Well, there's a reason why I said I was not going to honor the invitation in Lagos, and it is simply because I think the invitation is malicious. Now, make it make sense that I am calling you out that you have compromised the case by pinning murder on an innocent man, and the next thing I'm getting invites from Lagos. Meanwhile, I live in Abuja, and in Abuja where I live is the headquarters of MPF NCCC that is headed by an AIG, and you're calling me to Lagos to come and answer a question where I can answer here in Abuja. The headquarters of police is here in Abuja, so I think it's just malicious, and then they're looking for a way to trap me or maybe take my phone and maybe delete evidence or whatever thing that they plan to do. So whatever thing they want to do, they should do it here. Also, see, I would like to just throw light on this matter real quick, right? Now, it's about two persons, right? The first person's name is Sheriff Salami. He was killed in 2023, around April 2023. Now, this guy, Sheriff Salami, attended the burial at Mobi Road in around the island. As he was coming out, some persons shot him. The bullet didn't penetrate him. Then they chased him into a house, and then they used cutlass to unalive him. Now, there's another person that was killed in that same manner in 2024. Now, the police in 2026 arrested two suspects, and these two suspects named Bariga and Fabo. The first person was arrested on the 6th of January 2026, and the second person was arrested on 24th January 2026. There's a video that came out after the arrest, and in this video, these people confess that they killed Sheriff Salami. And the reason why they killed Sheriff Salami is that Sheriff Salami is a rival cult member. These people, they claim that they belong to the Aye confraternity, and Sheriff belongs to the Aye confraternity. And this is why they killed him, because Sheriff had previously unalived one of their own member called Apetuzobo, and one of them also said something about his manhood, that Sheriff did something to his manhood, and for this reason they saw him in their territory and they unalived him. Yeah, they confessed. 1 month later, surprisingly, the police brought them out again, and then came another video. And in this video, these people, the police were asking them questions, and the next thing the police said, Ahmed, who did Ahmed send to go and kill this person? Who did Ahmed send to go and kill this person? They led the suspect on. And even the suspects were looking like Ahmed. At some point in the interview, in the interrogation, one of them said, which Ahmed are you talking about? The police then had to tell them that Ahmed Ajiro, right? So they were the one that led these guys. Then they now even said, who did Ahmed send? They said, it's a guy called Bode. That a guy called Bode was sent to contract them to unalive Sheriff Salami, right? And then the police said, where's Bode? Said Bode is in Germany. Cut the long story short, that was how they recorded that. Okay, let's leave that one, by the way. Now, police, you said the link to Ahmed, that you are accusing Ahmed, you are arresting Ahmed because Ahmed contracted somebody to contract these people to unalive Sheriff Salami. This person's name is Bode. Where is this Bode? Have you created a link between Bode and Ahmed, or you just concluded based off on what those people said? That's number one. Number two, when Ahmed was eventually arrested, they wrote to the IG that the AIG, then it was the CP, AIG Moshujimo, had compromised the case, and the IG now instructed that Panti should carry out investigation. The result from the investigation is actually mind-blowing. The result of the investigation says that Ahmed does not know these guys. They've gone through their phone. He doesn't know them. The result of the investigation is here. And it clearly says also that, this body that these people are talking about, we don't know them. We cannot identify this body. So therefore, Ahmed does not even have a case to answer based on what is here. But they're still insisting and holding him. But this is number one. I just wanted to roast number one. So let's go to the second person that was unalive, right? We're talking about Prince Ademola Akinloye. Now, this Prince Ademola Akinloye, this suspect that was arrested, they asked them, what do you know about Prince Ademola Akinloye? At every given opportunity, they deny knowing anything about Prince Ademola Akinloye. They denied it 100%. Even the police, in the report from Moshood Jimo, in his report, he stated it there that this suspect don't know anything about Prince Ademola Akinloye. But this same Prince Ademola Akinloye was pinned on Ahmed, that Ahmed was the one that unalived him, when the report from Jimo clearly stated that the police did not do an investigation. And I'll tell you why the police did not do an investigation, because I believe that Jimo had been compromised. You know why? The day Prince Ademola Akinloye was unalive, based on the investigation that was done and the reports that I can see here, the day he was unalive, he was said to be in his farm in 2024. He was in his farm on that money, around April 24th. On that money, he kept on receiving a call, and then they were calling him. He told everybody in his farm that, see, my brother is calling me, my older brother Babajide Akinloye is calling me to come to the palace, that my father wants to see me, but I need to eat, I'm hungry. He sent a guy called Monday, go and buy me food. But his brother kept on calling him, and the call started coming in repeatedly. So he had to leave the food, and he went home. As he was going home, a car, a white Suzuki, hit him from behind. He came down to look at the damage, and that was how he was shot. He was shot, and then they came down and they just completed it with a machete. Now, they took the dead body and they deposited it at the morgue, right? They deposited it and they took his phone. They also deposited the phone and gave the phone to the police for investigation. This is brother Babajide Akinloye that called him to come out, went to the police, went to the morgue and collected the body and said, see, we don't need you to do an autopsy. This is an affidavit that is false. What's an affidavit? He said, we don't need you to do investigation on this matter. We are Muslims. We want my brother. Don't do any investigation. Leave it alone. This one passed. 10 days later, the brother came again and signed a bond and collected his brother's phone. Now, this phone is what would have helped the police to do a proper investigation. A forensic on this phone would have stated that, maybe somebody was threatening Prince Ademola Akinloye on the phone. but we don't know this person. Maybe by going through his phone, then we can know the people that are threatening this guy. But his older brother that called him to come out, collected his phone, this same person stopped the police from doing an autopsy. So therefore, his brother stopped the entire investigation. But then again, what did the police do? Without investigating this matter, they just pinned it on Ahmed. Now, the interesting part of this all is, this same guy we are talking about is doing business with the current AIG Moshujimo. They are currently talking about land business. There is a phone call where this Ahmed Tajuddin is saying that the AIG is not going to lay his hand on that land in Aja. So AIG is joining them to do land business. So maybe I'm suspecting that maybe Ahmed, because Ahmed is challenging him that you are not going to get this so land, that is why they decide to pin the murder on him. And like I said, this report from Panti, this report is dated 23 of May, from Panti says otherwise. It says that this person does not know nothing. The day these people was unalive, this person was not even around. Everything here exonerate that guy. But yeah, you are putting it on him. Let me tell you my interest in this matter. It's not because I know Ahmed, but the justice system of this country is currently failing. And we need to stand up together and say, no, justice should be justice. Not when some people can wake up in the morning and cook up a story. So tomorrow, me and you that is interviewing me, we are fighting. I will tell one senior police officer, we will all arrange together and we'll pin murder on you because we don't want to see you work or because you are challenging our business. No. All right, so the AIG needs to comfort and talk instead of inviting me to Lagos to do what?
Okay, so with all the findings now that you've presented, don't you, since you're someone that you are not new to the law, you're not new to even the courts, the judicial system, why haven't you probably maybe taken it to the courts, maybe try to sort of build a case against this on this particular case? Don't you think you should take it to court?
First of all, Court is in recess. Is it recess that they call it? And even the National Assembly. We wanted to take it up. We have written the letters down, but nobody is actually around. But we are going to take it up. I will expect the Inspector General of Police to set up a panel, but then I don't know why he hasn't done that yet. And me, to the best of my knowledge, I will make sure everybody know about this, so that when they charge your brother tomorrow for a case, you tell them to investigate that case properly. The Nigerian police, we are losing confidence in them. Tomorrow, I don't even believe all the cases that Jimo have charged to court at this point. It's possible that these people didn't know anything. And also, I forgot to even say this part. One of the suspects was tortured and he died in custody. That was how they carried that man and went to go and bury. One of the suspects died in custody. If you're called, they wrote it there in their statement. I have their statement here. Okay, the suspects.
If you're called to provide evidence for all this,
that's come. The reason why we agreed.
If you're called to provide evidence,
it's in their statement. Okay. The statement, it's in their statement.
All right.
They wrote it in their statement and they submitted it to the police. It's here.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, well, I guess.
So they said it's because somebody died out of torture. That's why they admitted that it is Ahmed. That they don't know Ahmed. It's because somebody died out of torture. That's why they agreed. And lastly, again, before you ask your question, we later found out from the statement that it was not even the police that was interrogating the suspect. It was a man called Are Fakorede, instead of the police. That Jimo brought his friend Are Fakorede, that is also in the land business, to come and interrogate the suspect and tell the suspect what to say and tell them to mention the name. Come on.
All right. Okay. Well said. I guess we'll follow up and also, like I said, file in court and follow it up to see if justice can actually be served.
We're wrapping up the show, but I want to just end on a lighter note. What does very dark man do to decompress? When you are not online fighting police and looking for accountability and doing, what do you do to relax? We want to know.
As your blood is hot like that.
Honestly, what do I do to relax? I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do all of these things. So what do? I just look for the next. Yes, I actually womanize, but
not anymore. Not anymore in the past. Okay.
I do a couple of things. Yeah. I just look for people to help, basically.
Okay. All right. Okay. We're gonna leave it like that.
Very quick one too. I mean, recently, like this is a light, like on a light on just to wrap things up. Ned Okonkwo, right? Okay, so he put up like a 50 million. Yes, he's a real estate mogul. Ned Okonkwo, a very popular person in real estate. Okay, probably after the interview you can check him up.
Oh, that's DJ Big N's. I think it's DJ Big N's friend.
Probably, he's a very popular person. So recently he put up like a 50 million offer to set up a celebrity boxing match between Burna Boy and Cubana Chief Priest. Now, in your opinion, if they should enter the same ring, what do you think what do you think the outcome of that match will be?
Between Burna Boy and
Cubana Chief
Priest. Between Burna Boy and Cubana
celebrity boxing match.
Well, Cubana Chief Priest is on the big side. He will need to really train a lot. But then again, I think he will have a very strong punch. So Burna Boy will need to be very, very slicky so that Cubana Chief will not land the punch on him. But when it comes to maybe if Burna Boy is juggling well around the ring, he might just Cubana on his own might just fall down. But then again, Burna needs to be careful so Cubana does not punch him. But please, I don't want them to fight. They are both my guys.
Both your guys. That's why I told you.
Burna Boy have They are both my guy. Burna Boy has successfully invested, he's not invested, he has successfully given me over 300 million naira for humanitarian activities. We are currently building a school in Port Harcourt. 190 million have already gone down. We did renovation in University of Jos. We did another renovation in Nasarawa Polytechnic. We have done a lot of things using Burna Boy's money, even though we have our own NGO money, you know. So he has we have brought out people from prisons, you know. So he's my guy. And Kubana Chief Priest too is my guy because we talk a lot. But the only while I can't go follow them, they do on your mandate. I
will not get mandate. Thank you so much. This has been such an enlightening conversation.
Hopefully I'll have you sometime, you know. I'll have you back on the show.
Man, continue doing the work that you're doing online and holding people accountable. It's time for us now to say goodbye from all of us here in Lagos. This is how we roll on Arise 360, okay? I'm Shaitan Atigari. And this guy over here is...
Ken Onyekulu. Catch us every week at 5 p.m. right here on Arise channel. So until tomorrow. I want to say next week.
Until tomorrow.
This has been Arise 360. Thank you for watching. Yes, definitely. I'll be here.